10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining.
Totally and utterly excited to be bringing you this one here. Game number 2, as I mentioned, we just had game number 1 where Mineski were able to outlast the pressure that came from Mr. Meepo. It felt at times like there was an opportunity for them to be able to snowball through the rest of the game and just be able to take that high ground pusher that may have been able to allow them to win, but it just didn't end up working out. Hopefully this time we end up seeing something a little bit cooler, so that way we're going to be able to get ourselves to a game 3. I'm Lyrical Dota, joined today by Moppak. Sir, any thoughts as we're moving into this one as to things that you might want to see changed?
I think more people should call me sir. Good. I feel very official now. Well, you know, tough. You're an up-and-coming crew, the Arcanys boys. They're aboard the SS Arcanys, and they're up against the SS Mineski, and you know they've come into troubled waters. They lost the first game. They're sailing around the SEA region across this, turn-off battleship, and they've been to lands. They've been to some bigger events. So how do you sink the ship? Well, I guess you just you gotta plug all those holes. Pretty rough laning stage. You gotta shore it up a little bit here. Maybe draft not a Meepo. That might be an idea. It was worth it though. It was worth trying. They're getting the attention. This is like Leviathan just drafting Pudge. Want it for the fans. Well, let's go. Let's go.
Dire team pick.
I speak for the trees.
Radiant team pick.
Sven stands ready.
Dire
The little
team
Meepos there, but this time around something slightly different. The Bounty Hunter banned out, as well as the Invoker, Beastmaster, and the Enchantress. That led us into a first pick, Nature's Prophet, followed up by the Batrider and the Sven, this time for Arcanys Gaming. So pretty freaking cool. I'm excited to see this difference. The big thing that I'm a little bit worried about at this point in time is this Batrider going to be able to sort of have enough control? Whenever I think about Sven, I think about like a Darkseer, something like that, to be able to pull everybody together, so you got a couple of those really sharp, nice and easy crits. And a Batrider, it's a little bit underwhelming with Sven to me. What are your thoughts on this combo together drafted?
Well, the one benefit is that Batrider's gonna have more staff to try and break through that sprout, so you're not gonna have the the Shanghai Sven.
Yeah.
Start calling it now officially. Sprout up every single second, but the other combo, I guess, is that the Sven, like, you think about the Darkseer, and that was like the heyday. Back in the day, the only time you saw Sven get picked, there would be this, like, Darkseer, there was, like, Naga Darkseer Sven or something like that, and he would go for that, major vacuum into Stormhammer, and you cleave them all up, and it was like Rampage, and yeah, well, now the Sven, like, obviously initially picked up just because of the stance. It's going to be helpful if that's going later and later, but Batrider still allows him to hold at least one person in place, and if that's all it takes just to get Sven a kill, like, I feel like that multiple cleave in the fight's not the most important thing. It's more so just about the farm, just try and get way ahead of the enemy squad, and if you can get some cleaves off in the fight, obviously that's a major advantage.
10 seconds.
Yeah, totally. I think that is sort of something that maybe is lost a little bit, is potentially the idea, and I myself am guilty of this as well, wanting to get the absolute perfect initiation But if you're able to just get one or two, a high priority target, Batrider's your man. That's the guy that you want to go for. And making sure that I think in this one so far, probably the OD is going to be fairly high priority. And it's worth noting we are going to see the Spectre banned out this time after seeing the OD picked. I think this is a wise decision by Arcanys. That letting them get both of them last time around, it was just so difficult for them to fight into it at all. We also have the Enigma banned out as well as the Earth Spirit in the second round. A little bit interesting. Now, the hero that I feel like... Oh, and they're actually going to ban out the Darkseer themselves. A hero that I feel like is often overlooked in the SEA region is the Tidehunter, and that's something that in like Europe and Americas gets picked a lot. What do you think the reasoning is for that? Is it just sort of they value the taking of objectives and the threat of the Ravage less, or what's your idea?
I don't know. It is true though. You don't see it that often, the SEA scene. You might. I guess just like Nature's Prophet, #1 is like their big thing. They will always go for it, but it also doesn't get banned out that much. Whereas like in the Americas, it does tend to get banned out. Same thing in EU. Doesn't often make it through the first phase, and even the Batrider gets banned out quite a bit in the first phase over there as well. So for us, like if you don't take your offlaner in the first phase through Americas and EU, you're typically looking at Faceless Void bans in the second phase, Batrider bans in either the first or the second phase, and you lose a lot of this offlane pool. So maybe that's why we see more Faceless Voids over there that don't really pop up here, is that they just prioritize the more top tier heroes here in the offlane. But it's true though, it's not someone you get to see too much.
Yeah, I feel like it's something that, given the way that some of these team fights have gone, it would have just been so effective. But this time around, I'm going to go for the Disruptor on Arcanys Gaming. I like this pick again. It fits well with that early aggressive style that I feel like they want to run. At least they did in the previous game. But as it goes later and later, the hero does tend to fall off. So I want to see Arcanys try and go for the early pressure if they're going to take this Disruptor. It also worries me slightly because now you've got potentially maybe a bit of a weak lane. If we see Mineski go back for something like a dual aggressive off lane with another hero, they could be in a really big trouble because Disruptor, as we've talked about, doesn't deal with it very effectively. So we'll see. We also have the Lion taken now from Mineski, that instant disable, the initiation that can come from the Batrider. In the later stages, he might even need to think about going for the BKB before he blinks on in. But I don't know. We'll see. The other hero that I'm kind of curious about, do you think we're going to be seeing a Night Stalker in this fourth pick for either one of these sides?
Definitely a possibility for Arcanys. I think it's one of the better reasons, honestly, pick up the Disruptor. I don't know, they just seem to have pretty good synergy together. Didn't quite work out last game, but it is something they've run numerous times in the past. Man, they pick Disruptor like every single game for Arcanys, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, to be honest. I guess it's good hero, but like, if you don't have some sort of a setup right, if I don't feel like it's working that well in combination with other stuff, I don't know how valuable it really is. Like, there weren't that many moments last game where I was like, wow, like what a Static Storm that really worked out for them, you know?
Yeah. No, definitely. And I mean, there were even moments where the Static Storm went on the Batrider and then he was just able to blink out at that last second. It felt like it was just, it didn't end up doing enough that they really needed it to. I guess the other thing that I'm a little bit curious about here is we also haven't seen like the Venge or the Oracle ban. Do you think that Mineski might end up running one of those as well as one of their supports? Because it would end up leaving them maybe a little bit single target heavy in terms of their focus, but it does feel like it's kind of the natural answer. Sand King is going to be taken up. Very, very interesting. Another one of those supports that, if he gets a good amount of farm on him, can very rapidly turn into just a huge damage dealer.
Yeah, it looks like they're just thinking that the Sven and the Disruptor will be able to handle the Nature's Prophet, which might be true. It can kind of go either way. If the harassed too hard by Treants early on, it can be a little bit more difficult to set up that glimpse into the Stormhammer, you know, quite as easy as you might like. But of course, if you get a couple levels up, then it becomes pretty easy. So Mineski, they do immediately answer back with some greed of their own, and now if he does actually end aggressive jungling, not only is that going to be Sand King, but it's going to be pretty difficult for them to actually deal with the Doom with the Nature's Prophet around, like Scorched Earth, and even imagine if he grabs up like Satyr Ball or something like that, or just a couple nice auras for them.
Yeah.
I'm a little worried for
5
Arcanys again.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, you know, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that they might do it with the Lich, but the
Reserve
Doom is
time.
even stronger at this stage because, like, Disruptor, what do you actually have to kill somebody in lane? You have Glimpse, which is to be able to kill somebody if
10
you are
seconds
out
remaining.
DPSing them with your other 2 heroes when you're as a part of a tri-lane. But if you're
5
dual
seconds
aggressive
remaining.
off lane as Nature's Prophet and Doom, like, you're gonna have to Glimpse to
Dire
get them
team
off of your
back.
back because they're gonna be right-clicking you to death.
Radiant team
Infernal
pick.
Blade in that lane, like, and then your carry is a Sven who, granted, he's pretty freaking strong in lane. He's got his Warcry. He's going to be able to have a good stun. But after he tosses out his stun, if you don't find a kill with that, like, you're still a melee hero. So I'm really concerned at this stage for Arcanys' safe lane, and they might even need to.
I feel like
Go
they're
ahead.
gonna Viper or something. Like
10
Yeah.
seconds
picturing like the
remaining.
need for a mech or like someone who with a Doom they just don't care.
5 seconds remaining.
It does okay against OD. It's kind of like classic counter. Doesn't matter against the Lion, but you would be lacking a
Reserve
little
time.
bit. You have the Sand King and the Sven and the Bat Rider. Yeah, I kind of like that, but
Oh.
Dire
oops.
team pick.
Ugh.
It's again that disruptor comp.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you're going to be able to get the vision for the Glimpse. You're going to be able to get the vision for the Bat Rider. A lot of magical damage, but so many great Doom targets at this point. Like, everybody, pretty much. If you get a Doom off on Sven before he gets God's Strength out, like, it is, oh, man, this is going to be tough. And also, another hero
10
that's relatively
seconds
squishy. I mean, you could even have Mineski go back for something like
5
a
seconds
Nyx
remaining.
assassin of their own if they wanted to, and end up running him in the mid lane. Probably not, though. I would
Reserve
imagine.
time.
Who do you like at this stage? Do you think you'd end up going for something like a
I kind of
safe
like a
lane?
PL. Like throw
Yeah.
the PL mid, that classic style, like your OD safe lane, and just crush this Zeus. You know, there's like no aggression that's gonna be in the mid lane anyway. You can just spam him to death.
10
You could beat him
seconds
to the
remaining.
runes probably. He's not gonna have anyone helping him at the runes. Like
5
maybe the
seconds
bottom rune where the
remaining.
Sand King might be hanging out, but he should have guaranteed rune every time.
I mean, the other thing I could think about. Whoa,
Okay.
interesting. So that quick blink dagger and then just start rolling. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to deal with. I'm assuming that's what that's gonna be. Raging
Oh,
Potatoes
yeah.
on that Nature's Prophet. Yeah, this is looking like it's gonna hurt. Arcanys are going to have to come online very quickly, and the Slardar is sort of that natural counter to the Sven, who he relies a lot upon that armor. I feel like so maybe gonna have trouble staying alive in these team fights.
Yeah, Ben-Hur again, gonna be on that OD. Had a pretty good time last time up against the Nyx, and Zeus not gonna be giving him any more trouble, that's for sure. He should be able to still farm somewhat. He's using the Arc Lightning, but Ben-Hur did play pretty aggressively once he had his boots up, so I'd like to see him just do that again, because he doesn't really have to be that scared of the rotations as
Prepare for
before.
battle.
Like, there will be busy bottom, and the Sand King as well. Probably gonna be busy with his Doom. Not gonna get a lot of time to just free farm. He's in fact gone for those boots because, like,
jeez.
so necessary.
Yeah. Well, we'll do a quick little introduction here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on over to the ESL One Manila Philippines qualifiers. We're here in the last game of the quarterfinals, seeing who's going to move on to those semis, which are going to take place over the next couple of days here. We'll do a quick little introduction for all of these fine folks. Actually, it looks like we could get a little bit of some action. The Doom somewhat hemmed around. They are going to be able to throw out the Stormhammer, connects onto him. Oh, the body blocks from the Treants! They end up being able to glimpse him back. He's going to run to the low ground, but it looks like he's still going to get taken out. So First Blood going the way of Play Hard. He's going to be playing the Zeus. Bombakus is going to be on that Sand King. We also have down here a Bing who's going to be on the Sven. Looks like it's going to be Makazu who's going to be on the Disruptor. And last but not least, for the side of Arcanys, Nisindi who's going to be on the Bat Rider.
Alright, well, for Mineski, the Jules on the line. Looks like he'll be hanging with the top lane. Ben-Hur on your OD. Cuckoo going to be on the Slardar position 1. Should be exciting. Jesse Vash on the Doom. And then Raging Potato on Nature's Prophet as they will find
Battle begins.
Nathan. He's a little bit harassed here. Started off nice and early.
Yeah, our Spike Fairy Fire committed. Does have to go for that Firefly and just runs away for a second. A little bit scary and
Is that all he
nicely done.
has? Do you have stuff on
Uh,
the courier? No, that's it.
What did
he has to go
commit?
home. He has no regen.
Oh my god, what happened?
And they make him buy. He bought it, or he used a fairy fire, but
I wonder if he had to use like a salve or something earlier and it got canceled maybe. I don't know, that's definitely a little bit weird. All right, rotation on into the mid lane. Ben-Hur taking some damage here, and the early lane, okay, this is really smart. Arcanys realized that they're going to have a ton of trouble in the lane with Doom, and so they go and try and pressure before Doom ends up being able to pick up a creep, and they're going to try and do something to Raging Potato here as well, doing as much damage as they can before this aggressive dual lane really comes into full focus. They're going to be able to do a couple more right clicks. Can they finish him off? The glimpse back, and they kill off the Nature's Prophet. They do end up losing the Disruptor forward as the rotation comes in. Infernal Blade's committed more right clicks that you're going to be able to maybe kill off the Sven. Has he overextended? Oh, goodness gracious me, oh my. That is a super dead guy. Fairy Fire, maybe? A couple more right clicks? Do they have it? He's almost going to be able to get out of there. The salve, they're not going to be able to find him. The Nature's Prophet treants are still chasing, but that should be an escape. My goodness.
I mean, you got the salve too, though. That makes it almost like better than a kill, because now what's he going to do? He has 2 tangos. It's not like he can live down here much longer. Does Disruptor? No, he doesn't have a salve either, so who cares? Like,
oh,
better that he didn't die, because now he can't just come back and actually farm.
Well, that is kind of an interesting thing. Like, you look at this, oh, that's a little bit unfortunate, Doom to take a tower shot. But regardless, I just don't know. This is basically now 2 lanes with no regen for Arcanys.
Yeah, I was looking, and the Bat Rider, I think he had to buy the wards, and possibly even the courier, because Boomback started with his own Clarity, Tango, Boots, and Smoke.
Oh, geez. Yeah, that'll do it probably. We'll say that Zeus now ends up being able to pick up the Arcane Rune, so that's going to help him out a good deal in lane against the OD, at least for a little while, and should be able to get off to a decent start. But you look at the last hits already, 12-1 on the Slardar. A big battle down in the bottom? Anything coming of it yet? No, nothing yet. Stormhammer, glimpse back on the Doom. They're kind of spread out in terms of the damage they're dealing, and it doesn't look like they're taking out anybody. Turns back around, able to catch 2 with the Burrow Strike. Nicely played. Raging Potato is going to be able to kill off the Sven before he goes down, so gets a little bit extra experience from that kill. Oh my goodness. And regardless of whatever else is happening, you can't lose your safe lane hero. The carry for just one of the offlaners.
Yeah, they're once again applying this pressure to the offlaners. Like, Raging Potato Man, he hates that enemy carry. He's the last true anti-carry.
No, this is a struggle. And again, Zeus is catching back up, but OD is right there with him. I think the big difference here is just compare the Slardar to the Sven. 3-1 versus 16-2, and he's died once. Like, I don't know how they're going to be able to deal with this, because the other thing you need to consider is that Slardar here is probably going to be able to pick up a quick Blink Dagger and start roaming around. I guess here's a question. Do you think we end up seeing the Slardar go for the Midas? That's kind of the build that I feel like we saw in 6.83 a lot when it first started transitioning over for the Slardar and the safe lane. Or do you think it's more worth it just to get out and start making stuff happen on the map?
From this, I'd probably predict the... Yeah, I think it'll be Armlet into...
Okay.
I'm gonna go with it could be risky over the Armlet up against the Zeus is one, because you know the Thunder God's Wrath, you never really know what's gonna happen, so maybe a little bit of player preference, but I could see that.
Well, time will tell. It does look like now Doom level 3 and Raging Potato comes back in. He's level 3 himself. I'm still just like I'm in shock right now. Sven comes back to this lane right now, 73 gold on him, and he has no regen. Like, you've got 2 tangos on Disruptor, and that's all the items he has in the world. You've got boots and 1 tango on the Sand King. And then you compare this to the other side, and like you've got the natural regen that comes in from, you know, the Scorched Earth on the Doom. Raging Potato has himself a nice little couple of tangos as well. It's just, this is going to be so freaking difficult.
Yeah, again, it's just the pressure that Doom's able to provide. I'm loving seeing this quite a bit lately. Like, I started as just like this really greedy 4-position pick, where he would just sit in the jungle. Like, FY, probably one of the first people to start doing it in previous patches, and then it kind of made a comeback this patch too. But now the recent trend of just throwing him in that offlane along with your Faceless Voids, your Nature's Prophets, he just kind of runs at people, you know, throwing out the Scorched Earth. He's very hard to bring down. He can grab a nice little creep just like Enchantress, and it's a nice little duo that you can execute. You are, again, just trying to shut down and slow down the farm of the enemy carry and not let them get out of control. And that is one of those reasons that we talked about that Sven even gets paid. He's supposed to be able to farm fast. He's supposed to be able to get the ancient stacks. It's not like they're recovering ancient stacks. They're supposed to be like accelerating ancient stacks so that you have a big lead over your opponent. You don't want to just be drawn even.
Yeah, no, definitely, and that's what it feels like. They're gonna like hopefully be able to get away with breaking even at this point in time. And again, you've also got I don't know. It feels like everybody needs so much in this game to go forward. Like Batrider, the Sand King, everybody wants a blank dagger, everybody wants farm, and on the side of Mineski, it's very simple. You want the blank dagger up on Slardar, he can get that by farming lane creeps. Nature's Prophet, I mean, he can go whatever the hell build he wants. It's so versatile at this stage. We are still having the pause on up, so not sure exactly what it is that's going on. I'll let you guys know if there's any new info that does happen to come through the pipeline, but at least for now, we're just kind of keeping it cool, calm, and collected. And as far as sort of the mid game goes for this, do you feel like Mineski need to sort of try and pressure quickly with the build that they have or the heroes that they have? Like the safe lane Slardar, that doesn't scale incredibly well into the late game. Do they need to be worried about that at all?
It's not too bad. It's kind of the same on the other side, honestly. Like Sven, yeah, he does fine later, but he's not in any position to start going too crazy unless they get a lot of really quick kills. And there's one of them, at least onto the Doom. That kind of sucks. I hate pauses. Like he just walked up and stormhammered him. I don't think that should have happened.
Yeah, that's too bad. Maybe I mean at the same time though, he was maybe a little bit out of position before the pause, regardless.
Yeah, it just makes it so easy. It's like, all right, we're going on this guy immediately. Then you kind of forget where people are in the fog, and
yeah. I'm with you. You just want equability. I'm losing complete and total ability to speak, but it's fine.
It's alright. It's like say him for you or something, isn't it? It's fine.
It's some good stuff. It does look like at this point, Nature's Prophet having to play things a little bit more safe, and this is what we were talking about. Like this is what Disruptor is good at, is finding glimpse on single targets. And so if Nature's Prophet does push too far forward, they're going to be able to punish that one. But at least for the moment, it looks like Sand King trying to get a stack over to the side here. This should be completed, but Doom's back in lane also and has a little tornado to throw out of his own. Oh, that didn't end up stacking. That's too bad.
All right, well, Ben-Hur, the CS play hard. He has to rotate up top to help out poor Barrett. And Nace Sydney getting so much love and a nice little stack, so we'll be able to clean that up. Now what though? Like where do we go from here? Blank dagger. That'd be Disruptor's hanging around mid, I believe. Maybe not scuttle out. Okay, he's gonna see now. And they can bring him back? No. Oh yeah, they got him, man. Max drain.
Oh my goodness, he's actually very fired up, still alive for the moment. The rotation from the Doom, they get the Infernal Blade. The TP was thinking about it for the Nature's Prophet. They're still keeping him alive. That's going to be a quick and easy kill. Disruptor does go down. And again, just the mobility, the quick reactions, and the Fairy Fire keeping Ben-Hur alive was a nice play and ends up being a quick little 400 gold swing into their favor. So 4-3 currently the score, doing a decent job of all of this. And in terms of the difference in net worth, it's Mineski still a little bit ahead since the very beginning.
Yeah, once again, just these lanes, it's not quite as dependent this time. It's not a Meepo and a mid-Nix or anything like that, so they definitely have the potential to all that early pressure on them. It really is starting to show. He even had to go for 2 points in the Stormhammer, which I'm going to have to say because of all that pressure. Top lane, they are going to get Nace Sydney.
Oof. Nice catch.
There. But, yeah, the 2 Stormhammer, I feel like you just want the max clear, right? You want to be able to get that prime potential to your spend. Like, really, it's 75 damage. There's no stun scale. Not a big fan of the level 2. I think it's, like, pretty pointless, honestly. It doesn't change the cooldown. If you're doing this, you might as well go max, but no one goes max on spend. It's a big problem.
I wonder if he is going to go max then. I mean, like you're saying, there's not a ton of reason to go for it unless you are going to try and max it on out. And oh, did they spot out Disruptor here? He's in a lot of trouble. He's sprouted up. Oh, Doom is going to walk over as well. They do glimpse him on back, so he's not going to be able to find him. Raging Potato's stunned up for the moment. Thunderstrike is down as well. Zeus is rotated in. They're going to be able to TP out of here. They end up throwing out the Thunder God's Wrath. Disruptor escapes, and they end up losing the Nature's Prophet. Now has to go for the eating of the creeps. It does look like Doom is going to go down as well. Everybody rotated for that couple of kills, and they end up finding him. A nice collection of plays there from the side of Arcanys.
Hey, here we go. It starts to go off here now. There were so many trades where they were just barely winning them on the side of the Mineskis. God's Wrath finally able to start turning things around here for them. Their Arcanys will start getting full kills. They can start moving towards what'll probably be the Aether Lens on the Zeus. Boombacks, you know, this helps free him up a little bit. Doesn't feel as pressured to come and help out as he has been juggling for a little while now. He is getting up there towards the Blink Dagger. And you can certainly see some big plays up on the Lion. He's very squishy if he's hanging out any of these lanes. The Slardar, not the beefiest guy that's out there. And man, he really is just rushing that blue. Really? It must be Midas at this. No.
He's bringing out on the courier right now Ring of Regen, a couple other things. I'm not exactly sure what his plan is, but it feels like Blink might be the option. And I mean, you think about it, he shows up into the mid lane potentially, just being able to jump onto the Zeus with the, you know, OD there. That's a pretty easy kill. It will maybe try and sort of slow him down. If he doesn't find those kills, then all of a sudden they're in a situation where this is pretty freaking bad for them. They're gonna be able to jump forward, don't catch, and creeps are gonna go down. But fine for the moment. Mid lane? No, nothing.
Yeah, he's actually going for the treads despite being position 1, which is a little bit unique, so I guess it will definitely be the Blink Dagger. No real reason to go into an armlet or anything without treads, really. I don't know. I guess he's just going to be relying on a lot of damage coming from Raging Potato, as well as maybe Jesse Vash.
Oh, this is going to be a quick and easy kill here. No Doom up on Doom, but they are still going to be able to just right-click him down and summon a couple of treants. They end up finding that one, and easy peasy. Going to start to take down this tower here, potentially.
Alright, well there's your 8-minute blink, and you certainly weren't wrong. Start blinking on top of the Kenzu or the Zeus. They are just going to get blown up. I do not know about this lasso.
Flaming lasso,
but the
pretty
Epi from the
good.
back.
Nicely done there. Raging Potato goes down, and Ben here as well, dropping down pretty quickly. They end up being able to find this kill. I think he's going to end up going down. Nicely played there. So the walk-in Epi, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that
able
caught
to
me
hit
off
it.
guard. I did not see him back there. That lasso was the A-OK. I'm not exactly sure the path he took, but we'll take it because now he's got his Blink Dagger comboed up with the Slardar.
The Slardar just, he went for the catch onto the Disruptor, and unfortunately it didn't end up working out. He missed his stun, now getting chased down by the Batrider as well. He throws out the stun a second time, trying to win away from the Zeus as quickly as possible. By the way, back on the other side, they have been able to catch out, and that's going to be a dead Disruptor by the Nature's Prophet. They are going to be able to kill off Cuckoo, so 1-for-1 currently the trade, but that's your safe lane Slardar for the support Disruptor. And take a look at the fight recap. 300 gold swing. Man, that is rough.
Let's see how Boombox's first blink goes. Gotta beat the Slardar blink. There he goes. Oh, he almost got the track. He got them. He got them.
Oh my god. Oh, Sand King, what a freaking guy. He throws back an Earth Spike. He's so upset. Oh, Jules. Oh no. Oh. I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, I guess Lion just getting a little bit greedy. It's that sort of the constant adage, don't drop your stuff on the ground, somebody else is going to pick it up. So the Blink Dagger reveal.
Oh, funny.
Does a Blink Dagger reveal ever get any better than that? I don't think it does.
No, it really does. It's like, when you imagine like what kind of a kill streak you need for that much of a gold impact on the enemy team. Like, that's what, 1,000 golds? Like 975 or something like that? Like, that is just depressing.
Oh, wow. Poor Lion. Well, he bought himself another set of boots, so he's heading back home at least a little bit quicker.
Oh, God, that hurts. That's so painful to look at.
Oh, man. What a freaking guy. Well, regardless, it does look like now the TP on out, they're going to be coming back in for a big smoke play, I would assume, as everybody's getting into position. Although they're just going to take out the big ancient stack. It's only, is that 2 or 3 here? It looks like it's 3, so a pretty nice little play. It's going to mean that Disruptor gets a little bit of experience here as well. There's 3 heroes all smoked up and ready to go, and no ward up on the high ground means this is going to go uncontested, although Roshan is still being taken at the same time.
Now they will see it now. They go in, of course. By damage, it's a little faster, but it doesn't think it's going to be fast enough.
Yeah, Thunder God's Wrath has already been thrown out there. They have a lot of damage available. Oh my god, actually dropping really low. Jules is gonna go down, so maybe in a little bit of trouble. Being here does need to get out of there. The flame break gonna push him back. OD still in a little bit of a precarious spot. They throw the Doom out. Actually, they end up being able to get the static storm off. Oh, caught one. They're in a lot of trouble now. Disruptor is still in the area, trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. They catch on to Ben-Hur, bring him on back. Flaming Lasso. Doom committed on to play hard. He's not gonna be able to do any amount of damage. He does finally fall. The Nature's Prophet on the high ground, doing a lot as well. They're chasing with this one. Disruptor is down. They do end up being able to get the Stormhammer, but now Sven's in trouble as well. They throw out the Arcane Orb, gonna be able to kill off 2. 3 are dead, and now gonna be a 4th. He ends up not being able to deny himself to neutrals, and the only lone survivor is the Sand King. My goodness, that went terribly for Arcanys.
Well, they had the Epi. All these tools. The only problem becomes like when you get out the Roche Pit, you know, with the Thunder God's Wrath, you don't have engagement, and so I think maybe they just couldn't quite find like where everyone had floated around to, where they'd moved around on the pit, and don't have that much harder to nail down that super Epi.
Well, and right now they just used the epicenter on the mid lane to kill off the Nature's Prophet, but now they don't have it for the Roche fight. Like, Roshan's going their direction. They're going to be able to chase after the Disruptor. He actually misses the stun from the Slardar, but still fine for the moment. And they're all coming in to contest this, but Roshan's about to go down. They glimpse on back Cuckoo again in a little bit of a spot. They do blink away on him, but the chase continues. Batrider is there. They're going to be able to kill him off. They're chasing him down, and he does end up falling. Meanwhile, the jump forward Batrider onto the OD is able to get the Astaroth. A very timely haste turn keeps him alive for the moment. Still getting body blocked by the Doom, but they're going to be able to get out of there. So they do escape with the Aegis, although it looks like they might end up paying with the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, again, Ben-Hur just going to be going into these tankier items. Oh wow, man. Jules, 13-minute Tranquil Boots. Come on, man. Get up here, jeez. What a slow
so sad. I know, yeah, he's so the net worth it hurts. My goodness, that really freaking sucks. Well, it looks like there's the glimpse on back. Finger of Death goes out onto the Sven. They're gonna be able to catch the right clicks are there. They find the kill. Nicely done. Cuckoo maybe a little bit overextending those. Static Storm is bringing him down low. They end up being able to blink away though. The Arcane Orb is not gonna follow him, and a secondary blink away by the Sand King. People look like they're okay for the moment. They did get the Sven though, and that is a huge kill right there for them. More so just that it slows down his, ability to scale into his next item.
Yeah, he was doing so well too. He had actually, retaken the lead when he stacked Firm, so he was like finally on top and starting to get a second one. You can see has now been built up here as well, thanks to his little Helm of the Dominator creep, and I had such high hopes.
Oh.
But now he's fallen back. That kill, he's now 600 gold behind the Nature's Prophet. It's gonna be harder for him to get up to the next big item, which at least for now it looks like it's gonna be a Sange. And I don't know, do they need another blink? Seems like they're having some trouble getting these good engagements, but with a Batrider and tanking, I think it's time to just like focus on the damage and rely on them.
There's been a couple of times, you mentioned they're having trouble with the initiation. There's been several times where it's felt like not only trouble with the initiation, but trouble with the decision on who to actually initiate on. Even in the laning stage, there were points where it felt like they were kind of trying to do a little bit of damage to both, and then they ended up not being able to finish off either one, at least in that bottom lane with the Doom and the Nature's Prophet. So, you commit that epicenter in the mid lane to be able to kill off the Nature's Prophet, but then that leaves open them the Roshan for Mineski to take, and now they've got an Aegis up and ready to go again. And I don't know, it all feels a little bit slightly clunky, and they're going to need to sort of shore it up a little bit if they want to be able to take this game in the later stages. Worth noting, Maelstrom up on this Nature's Prophet, so creep waves are going to be pressured that much more quickly. Doom's been able to hit level 8, and you look here in the jungle, they're all smoked up and ready to party. Nobody's showing for the moment, though. The Aegis up, they really want to take this.
Looking for this.
Oh, the catch. Nicely played there. The Flaming Lasso, everything thrown out. They're actually just going to be able to destroy him. That was Thunder God's Wrath used as well. Sketch.
Yeah, I think they were scared about the initiation and other people popping in, but I still don't know about Static Storm. And they're still going forward. They know they're there. Why are you going forward?
Okay, Arcane Orb, they're gonna catch. Sven is actually caught up in the rest of his team. They don't have anything. There's gonna be the Sanity's Eclipse down. Oh, they're doing so much damage. Cuckoo does end up being his blink interrupted. There's going to be the epicenter turnaround. A lot of damage coming out from the Sand King. They catch on to play hard. I don't know if they actually have enough damage. They're almost gonna be able to finish off the Sven, but a little bit scary to chase forward for this. Again, the Aegis is up. Lion killed off the Sand King on the other side. Play hard just explodes. There's gonna be the nice Astral by the OD to keep him alive for the moment, and now the creep wave going down. So 3 for 1 is the trade at the end of the day. My goodness, Mineski just keep on finding these good ones, and I don't know, what were they thinking there?
I have no idea. Like, they quite literally got scouted out by the Thunder God's Wrath during that fight. There were many, many things. They're all standing right here, and then Disruptor just like walks in. I don't know if did he have a ward? Yeah, maybe he was gonna try and place a ward, but too slow. And they had so many good tools. Like, the potential was definitely there for them to take that fight. The Epicenter hiding in the trees, they were ready. They just had to stick together, wait for the initiation, but the immediate pickoff of the Disruptor wouldn't allow that.
Oh god. Bat Rider's so low. They haven't been able to kill him though. Okay, on the other side, Cuckoo just runs right into the Sven, and he does end up going down. Tried to go for the stun, but wasn't able to be there in time. So they get the kill there. A little bit of a bait coming out from the Bat Rider.
They're even smoking up for the bonus speed, trying to find Raging.
Oh, Burrow Strike from the low ground. They end up finding him. Oh, the Astral! It keeps him alive. The Stormhammer ended up doing it. Playhard is doomed up. They're going to continue the chase there, but they do burn through the Aegis. Can they find this kill? They end up being able to glimpse him on back. Maybe in a little bit of trouble. They Burrow Strike on their way out, doing a little moonwalk through the river. Nicely played to get away from that one. But still, the Zeus survives, and they end up being able to pick off the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, that's a nice swing for them. The Aegis is about to fire anyway, so I suppose Ben-Hur making the smart play there. And now they take another advantage. Okay. Arcanys, let's go. Let's go.
Somebody take me off of this wild ride. It's just back and forth, and no team really pulling ahead to a significant lead at any given point in time. It does feel like it's just going to translate into the later stages, and eventually the question is going to be, can Sven get a couple of those solid cleaves off in the midst of a team fight maybe? Is there anything else that you're going to be really looking for in these team fights as we go further forward? Is it just going to be sort of the usage of the BKBs? What's the big determining factor for you in these fights?
For the side of Mineski, bottom lane, Epicenter down on the Jewels, and there he goes, thanks to Boombacks. He's, man, always looking at these picks.
Yeah.
Or staff, his range is huge, but, well, that's kind of relative. I was thinking is that Mineski, for them, it's all about Cuckoo. So in this game, he's not playing the Spectre, it's all about the initiation. Like, in the mostly, it's going to be, I think, counter initiation. Yeah. His big play will be if he sees the Sven come in. There's obviously no BKB done yet because he's gone for that early SNY. It means that if you see the setup where either it's through the Static Storm or it's through just Sand King, someone who's setting up the stuns that's going to allow the Sven to start cleaving on your team, Cuckoo needs to get in there, right? He needs to get up there, he needs to be and trying to help save his teammates, to make that space for them for Ben-Hur to not be focused down, to blink away, to Astral himself to save himself. That's the biggest part for them, even if it means just saving Jesse Vash for one moment to get off of Doom. Like, every second's really going to count on his part. For Arcanys, it's the kind of like, how do you counter into that? Because they obviously have the benefit of 2 blinks, Sand King, as well as the Bat Rider, and they're both very important initiatives. So the first lasso, you know, that gets countered up by Coup, and then that needs countered back again by Boombacks. It's a real dance of the initiation.
Yeah, that is kind of what I was wondering about, was how you prioritize that. And I guess maybe Doom might end up, I mean, who they end up being able to Doom, if they can take out one of those initiators, then they kind of get the leg up. But it does look like Boombox might be in a little bit of trouble as he ends up being able to get committed by absolutely everything, and he just explodes there in the top lane. So smoke gank, effective, but at the same time, it's all of that committed for the Sand King. He is the second most farmed hero on the Radiant right now. He's been having a really great game. Okay, Stormhammer, everything went weird there. They are going to be able to catch on to Cuckoo in the end after the glimpse. The Astral, though, they're still keeping him inside of it. They don't have the Static Storm. That's going to be a ton of damage. He is going to fall. A really nice combo. The Sanity's Eclipse goes down. 3 are dead on the side of Arcanys, still chasing. Now Ben-Hur is dropping low. He does end up going down. Maelstrom's procs are still going, and Bing is chasing. They're going to be able to finish off a Raging Potato. Only one left alive is Doom, who's going to end up being scouted out, but I don't think they can do anything to kill him off. They're just going to take mid-tower.
Yeah, where was he during that engagement? How did he make his way that far?
I have no idea. That was so freaking weird. Like, the whole fight started with the blink to the right and then the glimpse back left. It was like zigzags, and I had no idea where the Slardar was going to end up after all of that. This has been such a kooky game. I mean, you look at the graph right now. Is Mineski leading in the beginning, then Arcanys, the Mineski, now Arcanys again, and it doesn't feel like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, he's well up there. Feeling good about the Sven.
Yeah.
Is that it? Really raging? Really? Where we're at?
They'll never know.
They don't have a ward. Like, what if they had? Oh my god!
They jump now. They're going to be able to make this work potentially. Cuckoo is going to be able to find the kill. It was all set up. It was all premeditated. They're going to take down the Sven. They get the stun off. Flame break away. The Milner smacks are still going. They catch now onto Raging Potato. What is Dota 2? That's what I want to know. Looking for the counter initiation. They turn back around. Cuckoo is going a little bit too ham right now. The Thunder God's Wrath is going to be committed. Meanwhile, OD rotates in. They catch two there with the epicenter. Everything going down. Arcanys is going to be able to kill them all off. Cuckoo tries to run away, but nothing doing. 4 dead for the 1 disruptor. And the Cliff Jungly Nature's Prophet. All he needed was a mushroom cap. My goodness.
So funny. Comes over, puts a sentry on the high ground. I can just imagine, what the fuck?
Oh god, this is ridiculous. This game has just been so freaking crazy. And now Arcanys, they're the ones that have taken a very commanding lead after that. Right around 7,500 experience lead and roughly 5,000 net worth. It's just, the other thing that's scary about this is they're going to start transitioning into the next set of items. Like, you look at Sven, he's got a BKB now. He's been able to pick up that next really big item for himself. You've got, the Zeus who has the veil as well as the Aether lens. I mean, everything is starting to work. Oh, bottom lane. The Disruptor ends up killing off the Lion. Oh man, this is a problem.
Yeah, Boomback's been just making so many plays this game too on the Sand King. Very crucial part of their winning formula here. And I assume it'll be his Aghanim Scepter next, honestly. But oh, this is pretty big. Another Roshan here.
And
Mineski.
They should see this coming, and they're actually all TPing in to try and deal with it, but going to be able to take it down before it ends up happening. This is, again, just sort of the back and forth. This is going to give Mineski a little bit of a lead in terms of their ability to fight, but the big sort of X factor here is going to be that 10-second BKB on Sven, and if he's just able to continue to hit away, this is going to be a real problem.
What do they have? Lens, kind of like, I'm a little worried about this Aegis. Like, Ben-Hur has been, he's died a few more times this game, but if he gets up into his own BKB, like, the Zeus has been doing a ton of work. Same thing with the Boombacks as well. But once those BKBs start to come out, and you can see there's one almost done here on Cuckoo too. And if they want to group up, maybe not with this, like this Aegis, it feels like a closing out tier 2's Aegis, but then the next one, definitely see the high ground potential, and then it seems to be like this period where they're gonna have to wait till they start wearing off before like Boombacks will be relevant again, Playhard's gonna be relevant again. It seems like maybe Arcanys are gonna have to aim for like a little bit of a later game. Now, mind you, if that happens, Boombacks game is going on top of the potato.
So much damage coming out, and they're just gonna be able to. Oh, walking away on nothing. 44 HP is gonna turn back around and try and kill off Boomback, like he said. Finger of death from afar, but they don't end up finding it. So you think that Arcanys are going to have to wait for the next round of the Aegis before they end up really pushing high ground?
Yeah,
or at least trying to take
Mineski,
it.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to like go high ground until then.
Yeah. Well, I guess, still we talked about the ability of both sides to go into the late game. I think the big X factor for me that I'm really concerned about is that, Sven, he's really getting huge, and pretty soon, do you think he goes for the Blink Dagger next, probably? Okay. That'd be a yes.
You're a genius.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. Yeah, no, definitely the way to go. They want to get on top of that OD. Like, now you can at least try and beat out some of these KBs, potentially. Don't have the Lion. I guess a lot of it's on Naze Sydney. Like, if they can just bring them in close to the thing, start comboing up the rest of their spells before the BKB can be popped. And there's certainly still a potential for Arcanys to win the fight, but I still feel really good about Mineski, honestly. Like, Sven holds the majority of Arcanys' gold, but there's still the potential for him to just be kited.
Yeah.
Obviously, you have the Sprout of the Nature's Prophet, you have the numerous Suns, you have the Doom. Arcanys, slippery little bastard, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just running away from them. They're going to continue to find him. I think
Blink
that they
and
do
one.
catch this eventually. Blink up to the top. They're
God.
still chasing. He's actually just going to be able to walk away. Oh, the crush. Oh, it was so close. They really wanted that one, but didn't quite manage to hit it. Yeah, you know, I kind of agree with you. The sort of the worry there of the Sprout that can come out, like you were mentioning on the Sven, and in general, when those BKB charges do start to drop down fairly low, they get the Hex off. It translates into him really being struggling to stay relevant. They end up getting the stun off, and yeah, it's going to be a dead Jules. He's been having such a rough game. It's not so much his fault. I mean, again, he ended up losing his Tranquil Boots, like right there at the start. That was so rough.
Only he had a little bit more gold for a Blink Dagger. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, there you go again. Cougar getting aggressive. He's like, wait, they're all here, aren't they? Yeah. I just saw him kill my line. I'm out. I can't kill him anyway. He's so tanky.
And like that's the thing is that they need more people to be able to do damage there with the minus armor, but it's just I don't know. It's everybody, like you said, is so tanky right now on their side. The Nature's Prophet is actually looked like he was thinking about TPing in there again to defend against this. This is very bold. They're all moving into the area. They end up glimpsing him on back. They catch the stun onto the Sven.
Oh my god, he has no TP. This tower's forfeit now.
Catch their Astral, but they're going to be able to bring back the OD. Static Storm, they're actually going to be able to keep him out of it for the moment. No, he's going to go down, though. And now a ton of damage back the other way. Doom doesn't get anything off. He was able to get it onto the Sven, but he can still right-click away. Sandy's Eclipse down only onto those two heroes. Very low on mana now. Then the BKB's already down now for the Slaughter, dropping fairly low. Not able to get it stunned. It doesn't hit onto anybody. And on the other side, they do manage to finish off the Disruptor, rather the Sven, but my goodness, they've already lost two, and looks like they're still chasing after this Bat Rider. Can they find him? Doesn't look like it. He's going to be able to escape. These team fights are so freaking messy.
Why does it show that Mineski came out with a gold advantage and they only killed the Sven? Is that right?
I mean, if you look at it, Arcanys is ahead by almost 10k net worth right now with roughly 10,000 experience. Sven is like crazy farmed. I think that's right. As nuts as that is.
That's gotta feel pretty good. These fights, they don't look like they're up 10k though, do they? I'm not feeling that way. All these situations. Again, that is partly just Sven and him holding 4k of that on his own, but
no, I'm completely with you. It feels like at any point in time, you know, just one bad team fight ends up going Mineski's way, and Arcanys could definitely start dropping down below. And I always worry about Doom in the late game, like going up against the sort of Refresher, and it probably wouldn't end up going for Aghanim's, although it would disable the cleave from Sven, which is kind of a nice little part of that. Do you think that that's worth it to go for Ags on the Doom, or is it maybe just more worth it to go for more of those aura items?
Yeah, exactly. Like the Shiva's probably the next big thing I'd like to see out of him.
Okay.
And that was, I believe, the reveal of his Blink Dagger when he blinked right into Static Storm. I'm not sure how he got the duel off. I think it was like, or the Doom. I think he like blinked Doom Static like right away.
Yeah.
A little bit fortunate for him. That one. It's basically what secured them the kill on the Sven.
Right. Yeah, and it's just so important for him to get that spell off. Like, it's so much of what he brings to the fights right now. They are all grouped up again over towards the Roshan area. If you take a look at the vision right now, Radiant have a decent chunk of it. They've been able to get some vision in the Dire jungle as well as a little bit on that bottom lane. As far as the Dire and what they're seeing, it's pretty much contained to their own jungle, and they're playing fairly in the dark right now. Again, the net worth lead is pretty significant at this stage, 7,500 and 10k experience, but we've certainly had bigger throws before throughout the course of Dota 2. You can't count out Mineski yet.
And Arcanys, they're starting to put the envelope here. You know, they understand they are ahead, they want more, they have the gem up on the Bat Rider, are they gonna pop? They're waiting for the smoke to pop to just Thunder God's Wrath. See them now.
Yeah, and they do place on down some wards, as you mentioned, so they've got eyes on it, but very wisely, we see all of Mineski backing out, and don't want to get caught out there. It looks like there's a call for a wraparound. as the smoke is going to get popped by them now, and looking for their own little angle of initiation. There's going to be the Thunder God's Wrath, and yeah, they back out.
Yeah, so annoying. They, hard to tell. I think the creep wave was already dead, so they must know where they are. Back to the tower. They're going to try and call the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, the one up on the top lane. They're still looking over here, and yeah, everybody's just going to end up TPing out of there. So Nature's Prophet TP's bottom, all of the Radiant TP's top, and now maybe going to be able to pressure along this bottom lane. Maybe take a tier 2 tower of their own. Nobody from the side of the Radiant is going to be here, and I have a feeling that they're not going to be able to take a tier 3 tower up in the top lane. So this is going to end up working out, I think, into the favor of Mineski a little bit, maybe, or at least get him into a position to think about Roshan. It's still a little ways away. They're not going to try and pressure it. Both sides seem very afraid right now.
Yeah, I kind of feel like like chasing the Wily Coyote after the Roadrunner or something, like, you know, like they're smoking them around the map, they're getting their wards up, and they're trying to grab a hold of Mineski and this advantage down their throats, but they can't quite get there. Like, they're getting a little outmaneuvered on the map, and that, like, see, they're just moving as a unit all the time, whereas when I see Mineski, they're all like hitting creeps.
Yeah.
Like, they've been steadily gaining an advantage. They cleaned out the whole jungle. That pops up, and now they've got some wards in there too. So I think slowly, yeah, like the advantage isn't like escalating at all for Arcanys right now.
Wait, Arcanys Team Aether Lens, they've got 4 of them. The only person that doesn't have it is the Sven right now. They're really well ready to go with that. Also 4 blinks on them all. So super mobile, can cast their spells from pretty far away. I think that this sort of epitomizes the way in which they've been able to take an advantage in this game, and, you know, taking solid team fights, stealing tranquil boots all over the place. It does look like now Cuckoo is just clearing out the Roche pit, making sure that Arcanys don't have any easy vision into that pit. But again, the longer this game goes on, Sven gets bigger and bigger, but those BKB charges are probably going to continue to drop down. Still at 10 seconds, though, so he hasn't popped it yet.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for Ben-Hur to get up into that scary mode again, too. We haven't really seen his full potential. It doesn't seem game like that last Sane's Eclipse only did mana burn. It did 0 damage, I don't think. It's not really up there in terms of the int. Although, obviously, you can get that from the items. What really happens is that someone's got to be held in place long enough that he can get a couple of those right clicks, and Jules will spot out the next Roshan. They're all in a great position for it. Are they smoked up currently on the Radiant? They are not. They are right under the ward of Mineski. And this makes the Roshan easily theirs.
They actually don't have any smokes, I don't think. Yeah, they don't have any on them, so they're going to bring on in this creep, but that just means that they're going to be able to take down Roshan. They're moving into the area. They'll all be scouted out. Thunder God's Wrath committed. Roche still alive. They're going to be able to come in here and mess with this a little bit for the moment. There's the veil down, and oh god, this might have been a little bit of a mistake. There's the blink away. That's a good decision by OD. You don't want to end up giving that one away. So the TP very quickly out of there before things start to go awry, and this is going to be a little bit difficult for them to come and contest this, actually. It looks like Arcanys might be able to take this themselves.
Yeah, I thought they'd be able to do it fast enough, but...
Oh, Cuckoo! He's going to be caught out. They end up being able to kill him off very quickly. BKB charge popped, and now turning on to this Doom. He's brought down super low. Doesn't get the Doom off either. And that's going to be 2 buybacks immediately. They have to get back into this one. They need to be able to defend. They're trying to run away, but still looking for that moment. I think that Arcanys might even think about calling this one off. They jump forward, they catch, they're going to be able to bring him on down. Finger of Death, everything committed. He doesn't have a BKB charge. It's already down now. Raging Potato as well, turning onto this Batrider. He's going to get exploded. So the BKB charge is committed early. They also end up getting the Doom off onto Play Hard. There's going to be the Bro Strike forward, trying to keep them away. Sven, the Zeus still alive for the moment. Boombox, he's dropping pretty low as well. Guz able to TP away from there. It looks like just going to be able to get caught out by Jules. Nicely played. 4 down. The buybacks coming into spades. My goodness, that was so huge for them. And now they're going to see some buybacks from the side of Arcanys. They need to be able to defend. That's 2 already. This is some ridiculous shenanigans going on right now. Already a 4,000, 5,000 gold lead into the favor of Mineski, and maybe if they take this next fight, this could potentially be it if they don't end up being able to get this. Roshan going to get taken down, and it's actually Aegis on the ground. OD finally does pick it up. Meanwhile, the Batrider a little bit far forward. They throw out a secondary Thunder God's Wrath. Jump forward. They end up catching the Burrow Strike onto the Doom. Doom's still going to be able to be alive for the moment. Stun. Going to catch on the Cuckoo. Taking a ton of damage, and he is going to fall. They just need to get away right now, but gonna keep on going for the fight. Sven kills off the Lion as well, and now looking after the Raging Potato. He's gonna end up being able to get taken out as well. Beanher is trying to run away, goes for the self-astral, but a triple kill already for Sven, about to be an ultra.
Oh, no.
Just gonna be able to blink away. He's away on nothing. Barely alive, but the chase is gonna be able to finish him off, and now the Aegis is gonna end up coming up. Can they find this way out of here? They're gonna be able to chase him on down. Tons of damage coming out from the Sven. Ultra kill for him. Oh man, where's the Doom? He's hungry. He wants the Rampage, but he's not gonna be able to get it. My goodness, what even is this game?
I don't know. There are just buybacks flying out here, honestly. That's, first, oh man, what a long fight. Like, very beginning, where the Sand King was up on the high ground next to the Roshan pit, and he went for this, like, solo epicenter. Like, so many of the fights, Boombox has been, like, saving them with those epicenters, but that time, only catching on the Raging Potato. That's kind of how they lost the first engagement, is that they've been relying on him so much, and then the buybacks, and then the other buybacks, and then I don't even know, like, what do we have left? Didn't that get popped too? It looks that way.
Everything.
So,
like, right now they have
happened.
buybacks. They've got the catch forward. They catch 2 with the Earth Spike, and Finger of Death goes out as well. Static Storm, a lot of damage, turn it back around. Sandy's Eclipse gets dropped, but it doesn't do enough damage. Doom does spend. He's still going to end up going down. They do find that kill, looking for Boombox. They are going to get the Arcane Orbs off. Sprout as well. 3 are now dead. Those are all diebacks. They're going to try and chase after Play Hard. Oh, they guessed the wrong way. He's over to the side. He's going to be able to escape. TP boots are off for him, and they don't find the Zeus. My goodness. This is just, it's all kinds of crazy. Like, it feels like they're just going to be content to throw their buys at each other. There's no buybacks on anybody right now. They didn't take down the tier 3 tower. They brought it to about half HP. I honestly don't know what to expect. It looks like the Nature's Prophet's going to chase. Looking for the Zeus. BKB's been popped. There's the Yule Scepter lifting him up. The chase is going to be their Cuckoo. They're not able to catch him. He's going to be able to get out. What the hell even happened? My goodness.
Stun off the Yules.
Oh. I am losing all kind of semblance of understanding of what this game is going to look like. Again, the buyback status is just nobody, and the difference in terms of team net worth has been brought down to 6,000 with around a 10k experience lead still. But my goodness, this is one crazy game.
This is hilarious. Everyone's item timings are going to be like so bad. Buybacks. Everyone just like threw their 401ks right down the drain. We had a little bit of a recession here around the 35-minute mark, thanks to Roshan, the big bad mortgage broker in the pit.
Exactly.
Destroying the economy.
It's just absolute insanity, and you kind of understand why they needed to do it, but I kind of wonder, like, if Arcanys didn't buy back, would they have been in a better spot if they would have just given away the Roche? Might they have been in a better spot if, when they were pressing for high ground, if they just would have backed? Like, so many questions that are never going to be answered. But regardless, it does look like finally things are starting to settle, and I guess maybe just there's a gem just on the ground. I don't know whose gem that is, but nobody's picking it up, so it looks like that's finally going to get picked up.
Batrider buys another one immediately. Ah, shit, I knew I was missing.
Dota 2, ladies and gentlemen, this is a thing. Raging Potato, Maelstrom, as well as the Scotty. Let's take a look at other items. Anything else big that's on the way? I mean, Sven picked up that AC right before the high ground push. Sand King has a Mystic Staff. I'm assuming that this is, like, this could be translated into a Sheep Stick, maybe? With already having the Blink and Force online, that seems like it could be pretty strong, although Shiva's Guard is certainly still an option. Disruptor looking for the Agnum Scepter. He's only 800 gold away from finishing it off. You've got Sven building towards something next. I don't know, maybe thinking about going back for a Moon Shard. Courier dead, but nothing on it. I don't know, is there anything else that's really standing out to you right now that is going to end up being a game changer here?
I'm just taking a look at it now. Not, I mean, no one really has those big major items, you know? It's not like like your Ember Spirits, like stacking Daedalus or anything like that. It's just items to counter the other team. Maybe some more BKBs come out on certain heroes, like possibly the Zeus, I think.
Yeah.
He got pretty lucky last time in terms of like some of these like stacked stuns, and if he can just be totally survivable and just spam out everything that he can over a full 10-second BB, as those are wearing down over on Mineski. That could be one of the bigger things to help.
Yeah. I think that would be pretty freaking strong. Worth noting that they did commit Thunder God's Wrath there. They were looking for a catch with the Batrider, but a little bit too far out there. They weren't able to make it work. Worth noting also that there is going to be a Shiva's Guard picked up for the Sand King, so has the Plate Mill as well as that Mystic Staff and the Recipe already over to the side. Again, it feels like it's the quiet before the next storm, which is going to be the next fight around the Roche Pit. I mean, there's litter in there. The TP scrolls are on the ground. Everybody's just dropping things. I don't know. I really don't know what to expect next. Like, they're maybe just waiting for buybacks too. Who knows?
Yeah, there's no point predicting anything in this game. We're way past that.
Yeah.
How long? This Doom has had the same items for so long. He's really stuck in that power roll. Can't get anything else going here.
Well, he's the only one with buybacks, so he's saving hold of it. Exactly. Well, 20k net worth currently on this Nature's Prophet. He is definitely transitioning into one of the harder hitters in the game right now, hitting for about 210 a pop roughly. Does have that Maelstrom, or rather Mjolnir, as well as the Scotty and the BKB. So ready to go to town depending upon what the positioning is. He's still a little bit... I think that he's probably... Again, he goes up to the cliff to jungle a little bit. But this is actually probably one of the best positions for him, is to stay up on the high ground here and make sure that Sven just can't chop away at him.
Well, speaking of chopping away, that's what they're looking to do. Smoke. Items at the ready.
Yeah.
Do they have any? Yep, it looks like they know exactly what's going on. Just give it like, let's buy our own smoke. Until Thunder God's Wrath is popped, I don't think you want to smoke, honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Go feed
it definitely
Jules,
makes
you
no
know, like,
sense.
just go out there and there you go.
Nice. Yeah, and they're not going to be able to find him. That's, I mean, it's basically the best that you could hope for right there from Mineski. And this is the thing that I wonder. Again, Arcanys are an open qualifier team, and they're looking a lot better this game than they did in the previous one. But you look at that type of team who is, you know, relatively new, somewhat inexperienced, going against a tried and true, you know, SEA Dota team. They've been in this type of position before, and you know, when it comes down to late game decision making, I kind of got to favor Mineski a little bit, despite whatever else is going on with the rest of the heroes. Stanford Pop, they jump forward, catch onto this Sand King. He's going to end up going down, I believe. OD right clicking him down to death. The Earth Spike comes through, and they end up being able to find it on the other side as well. They're chasing now after the Batrider. One more right click. They do end up being able to finish him off. BKB's been popped for Raging Potato. Doom off onto the side there. Oh man, this is all turning around for them. That's going to be a ton of damage onto this Sven. He's getting right clicked to death. Nature's Prophet is there as well. Buyback status on all of these heroes. Only the Sven and the Zeus have it right now. For the Radiant, they're going to be able to catch on and play hard. There's going to be the stun. The right clicks continue. Ultra kill for Raging Potato. He's doing everything for his team right now and just going to walk away cool as a cucumber, even though he's a potato. Actually, never mind. He gets chopped to death by the Sven. Nicely done there. They get the turnaround kill, but my goodness, that required 2 buybacks as well as 4 heroes dead. I guess the Sven or the Zeus still stayed alive.
Well,
oh no, he popped back.
Yeah, you know, getting it on the map. God's Wrath be down, pretty massive there for Mineski, and it does mean that Roshan has also respawned just as that fight does come to a close. So again, we get to go into chaos. Arcanys can be the team to spot it out here.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that always Mineski are going to be the ones that, you know, take it a little bit more quickly. You've got the OD here who just does a buttload of damage, and they've got the minus armor from the Slaughter. It does look like they're gaining into position. And again, I can't believe that through all of this, nobody has vision around the Roche Pit. They jump forward. That's scary.
That has no buyback too. Like, he's alone. Oh my god, they have no idea.
They have they actually see him dropping down because they have the amplified damage on top of the Roche. They jump forward and catch on the BKB immediately. Poppy still alive for the moment. There's going to be the Sands that flips down. Too much damage too quickly. Buyback immediately by the Nature's Prophet. It doesn't look like the Epicenter's going to do a ton. Cuckoo's still alive at the end of it. Raging Potato right-clicking everybody down on the other side of the hill. They are going to be able to almost bring down Buyback, but they can't finish him off. Chasing after Playhard now. They've already lost 1. Slaughter is relatively low, but alive for the moment. Oh, just able to blink away. Nicely played there, and Playhard does escape. And it looks like they were still chasing for a moment there with the Nature's Prophet, but weren't able to find it. A little bit of a loss. They cost the buyback by the Nature's Prophet, but they're going to be able to secure Roshan with it.
Yeah, they seemed so scared. Like the Sven was just in there all by himself, and it seemed like the perfect scenario because he was able to start working down on the Roshan. But they didn't have the counter initiation didn't come in. Like wherever the saves, where my Batrider and my Epicenter all flying in at the same time under that Thunder God's Wrath.
Yeah, they needed something, and it felt like the control wasn't there for them. I think that they were getting zoned out by Raging Potato. He was doing a pretty good job of like going in there and canceling out the blink daggers. So I think that he was actually the one doing it. Oh man, now he has a DD too. This is a lot of damage. 400 a hit from him, and man, he is so freaking high damage right now. He's got the Chrysalis as well, so starting to crit off the top of it. They're looking for any type of fight now if they can potentially take it. They've taken a lead now. Mineski are in the head in this game, and a tier 2 tower soon to fall. Look at it go down. They've got nobody back here to be able to defend against this, and I don't think that they want to try and defend a tier 2 tower regardless, but my goodness. It also really emphasizes the fact that they were diving tier 3 towers when none of the tier 2s were taken previously. Can they catch Raging Potato? They jump forward, Epicenter, everything committed, he just explodes. And that's a dieback.
Alright, well, Mineski weren't able to capitalize on that dieback there from the Sven. Arcanys, I think they're going to look to try and, counter that and bring up their own, actually completed here. What do they have? They're going to smoke up. They have Thunder God's Wrath in a minute, so not going to be the most helpful thing. That smoke's going to get popped right away. He's going to know someone's in the trees, but can't find Cuckoo in time.
Oh, a little bit unfortunate there. He's going to be able to escape, and yeah, he's pretty freaking quick with that sprint. Able to escape very, very quickly. Also the Force Staff and the Blink as well. Super mobile on him. They're still chasing. He's getting a little bit greedy. Oh, this is such high-level awareness. Just realizing he was going to get a little bit too greedy and looking for the chase. They are going to be able to get the Flame Break back. Flaming Lasso going to be committed possibly. He pops his BKB and escapes. So they're going to take a charge and call it a win for the moment at least. Now down to the 5 seconds.
I mean, they've drawn the line down bottom, but I don't know about this. Like, there's still the Aegis up on the OD. I believe there's a cheese. Oh, it's actually on the line. It's not even on the courier anymore, so Jules just holding on to it, but I don't know. I don't know if you want to fight in the Mineski.
Well, they're not back right now, and again, AC is up and ready to go. They're TPing back. Maybe they were just wanting to take that tier 2 tower and then call it good. But yeah, I think that you're right. It would have been a little bit too scary for them to go for it. God, Sand King just pushes out creep waves so quickly with that caustic. And Lion up on the cliff needs to get out of there before things go slightly awry. And he's fine for the moment.
Jeez, we've reached the 48-minute mark here. 74 kills. It's certainly been action-packed. What are we sitting on these BKBs? That's starting to become very crucial. It's 7 seconds there, and I believe 5 seconds. Wow, yeah, Cuckoo losing out pretty big on that one. Raging Potatoes down to 6 seconds, and Sven himself, he's still sitting at 8, so very respectable there.
Lion is going for Ags, too. My goodness. They're not stopping. Like, I think that's what that is, right?
I guess.
All right. He lost his Tranquil Boots, but he's gonna go for the
He's
Ags.
so poor though. There's like no way he gets an Ags. There's no way he gets anything out of a point booster. Maybe it's just casual.
It's a possibility. It's a pretty good item for what it gets you, and maybe eventually, if they think this game is gonna go late enough, like the late stages, the Ag's Finger of Death, if they start to lose towers, it pushes creep waves like, I think faster than anything, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty much, it's a pretty big AOE.
Yeah, I'd like to see like maybe he just doesn't have the slots for more of these like utility items, I suppose. Then again, he didn't need that cheese that he had, and now I'm gone.
Yeah.
Handed that off.
Definitely a little bit odd, but regardless, we'll see what they end up transitioning into. Another Thunder God's Wrath, just scouting out everything, making sure it's all above board. Tier 2 tower is going to end up falling in the bottom lane. The thing about this that is so interesting to me is that Mineski, like, they did all of this net worth advantage that they've been able to take, and they still had all tier 3 or tier 2 towers up and like completely untouched, basically. Now they're having to push out all the waves and take them slowly.
All right, there's our next BKBs. Well, they're so crucial for both sides of this game. Kind of think that is why Jules went for that point, just because like rather than a casual cloak, he's kind of gone to the next level. Upping to that. Play hard. They're deep, but again, he's gonna push and head on back. Slow game here.
Yeah, and again, it's that moment they're waiting for the next Roshan. I think they realized on the side of Mineski they couldn't really do much with the Aegis outside of trying to take the tier 2 towers, and so they're waiting for the moment. Also worth noting, Doom does go for his own point booster here as well. Do you think that transitions into an Aghanim Scepter as well?
Yeah, more likely than anything else that you'd be.
Yeah. I mean, there's always the opportunity for Octarine Core, but I feel like Refresher comes way before that. Well, top lane pressed in, a heck of a lot of creeps, a decent chunk of treants, and very quickly this is going to be taken all out by the caustic coming from the Sand King, and still no great vision. I guess the problem here from Mineski that I'm seeing is they don't have something else like that Thunder God's Wrath to scout out where everybody from Arcanys is.
I mean, if Arcanys don't push soon enough, it is going to eventually be an eggs on Jules. I just, like, not expecting this to actually start to come out. We're going to be getting this gold. He's been so poor the whole game, but like, there's so much split push coming from Mineski now. They can't seem to get that same push going from their side. Like, I think it's just because Mineski, Raging Potato has just so much more damage on its own right click now. He is the BKB, so he feels safer going a little bit deeper, and or he just kind of hangs on. It's like, don't worry, guys, I get more space. I'm up towards my own little Aghanim Scepter here. Now they're Daedalus too. Damn.
Yeah, they hit pretty freaking hard. And just looking for the sort of ultimate late game composition here. And as far as the vision goes, you can see that the Radiant really haven't been able to take complete and total control. They've only got one ward out on the map right now. As far as the Dire goes, they don't have any. They're sort of relying almost exclusively on these Nature Prophet treants to keep eyes on it. And I have a feeling that there's not going to be a whole lot of sort of separation from the herd as far as these teams go. Going to want to stay pretty close to home. Outworld Devourer actually is going to be able to finish off the Sheep Stick here in a second. Only needs about 200 more gold.
These teams could like buy out an entire newspaper with all the misconnection ads we're putting out here. Like non-stop roaming, never running into the enemy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Poor teams.
Brown skeleton, Eva's guard, Aether's lens. You, green tree man, lots of friends, very popular. I saw you summoning friends in the forest. I thought you looked oh so cute.
You know, I wasn't single when this stuff all happened with Craigslist. I've been in a relationship the whole time, so I don't really know much about it. But it sounds absolutely wonderful, I'm sure.
Ay. All right, what do we got now? Some sights, some Octarine cores, the late stuff that's coming out.
Jules actually is only 1,000 gold away from finishing off his Ags.
Yeah, man, they gave him the creeps, you know? They let him go to town. Like, giving him some.
This is
apparently the plan.
I think this is like the first Ags that we've seen in 6.86 almost, I want to say. I could be wrong about that. Oh, I love this ward right here over on the high ground. Going to be able to keep eyes on pretty much everything. It's not one that you often see, but if you break down those trees from there, you can get a pretty good eye on everything. So after the Thunder God's Wrath, they go to check Roshan, still a couple of minutes before it respawns. And Lion might even be able to have his Ags before that ends up coming up, but needs to play a little bit more safe for the moment. Again, along the top lane, I so worry about the sort of mainly single core lineups built around the Sven, and particularly with the Nature's Prophet up and ready to go. Like, Sprout is just so hard to deal with. Like, I don't know. I'm really worried about the Sven.
Yeah, they have, what do they have? The one scythe, no one else is built into one, right? So they have the Hex from the line, and then they have the scythe from the OD, and so with it being so single core, single disable onto him, the burst down is 2,700 damage, so it's going to be requiring quite a bit of that minus armor, but when you look at Raging Potato, I mean, he is there for the damage.
Yeah, he definitely is. Daedalus completed, and we haven't actually seen that one yet. They're going in for the Roche. It is going to be time for it to come on up now. This is a tornado that's moving in, so where is that from? Oh, they kill it off. It was the Wild Wing Reaper on the bottom lane, but the fight is breaking out over in the mid lane. Venture is dropping pretty low. Sandy's eclipse down. A lot of damage. Cuckoo does die. He needs to buy back into this one potentially, but he's going to go for it. Now play hard game, chase down as well. Sven buys back because he's already gone down once. They catch with the Sprout, looking for a little bit more here. They're going to be able to catch. Epi is pretty big. It's doing a ton of damage. BKB's pop, just a nice little walk away, and still looking pretty good. Buyback by the Bat Rider. Now it looks like they're going to be able to take on down the Sand King. He ends up falling. 3 are dead, and oh man, again, Mineski are starting to take over in this game. I don't know about this. This is what's the problem is. The whole time we've been talking about it, and that's a 6,500 gold swing.
They did it! The Octarine Core firing away from the buyback here from the Zeus. Heading in for the Roshan pit. They have 80 full seconds, 70 seconds with no Sand King. He's also not going to be ticking in any sort of a buyback. It might happen.
Yeah, like you said, there's not the buyback available right now, so this is the moment for Roshan to get taken on. They actually astral him.
I didn't know you could astral Rosh.
That's a little bit weird. Yeah, they're throwing in the Centaur. I'm gonna try and do something there, but nothing really to do. And again, it's just, I don't know how they stop this at this point. This is such a frustrating way to potentially be losing this game. It is worth noting that Jules is going to pick up his Aghanim Scepter now, so Lion's got it on himself. We've got the Aegis on Cuckoo. He's died a couple of times, so makes a good amount of sense, and maybe time to just go down the mid lane.
Another gem just hanging out, not sending the courier for it, they're just leaving it.
Oh, pressure.
No one seems to care.
Yeah. Again, it starts to get into a situation where it's less about even like making or knowing what right moves to make, but the sort of mental fortitude to be able to keep up with how long this game has been going. It's moving towards that 60 minutes, but it's been a long 60 minutes with a lot of fighting and a lot of tough decisions needing to be made. It's worth noting right now they don't have the Doom with them. They need to be careful about this.
Did he just
Everybody's
buy the
up.
recipe? Recharge the drum charges. Awesome.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I never see that.
Oh man. Huh.
Hilarious. He's like, I have nothing else to buy in this game. Hopefully he's gonna end soon.
He wants to get that extra little bit of damage to be dealt out there. My goodness, like, this is just, Mineski have been slowly just eating away at their sanity, I feel like, at this point. It's the ridiculous amount of damage. They've got all the control in the world. I don't even know.
Yeah. No one does. No one knows. It's funny you talk about like the mental fortitude. That was a pretty bold play from Cuckoo. Like finally, all these YOLO plays he's making 2 games working out, and it came in big there. Just like I don't think they like knew they were all there. It just started as one pick, but it quickly turned into a little bit of a scrappy fight, and Mineski came out big. And what are their buybacks? They have OD, they have NP. That's the biggest one, right? Raging Potatoes being able to come right back in.
I believe so. Again, they need to be careful. They end up being able to get the Sprout. Actually doesn't connect. There's going to be the Finger of Death coming out. Doom onto the Sven. Oh man, Infernal Blade does come out as well. A couple more right clicks. The BKB's already been popped for this Doom. The Thunder God's Wrath turnaround. Actually, everybody fairly low for Mineski. BKB popped by the Nature's Prophet. Needs to get out of here before things start to go awry. And it goes to show that they're not invulnerable right now. They got to be careful.
Oh no. We just had a zoning Doom. That's not good. That's not a good sign. That Aghanim Scepter just like holding them all back.
Yeah, it's
The Disruptor. Just like they couldn't go anywhere from the OD. You just get caught in, lost a bunch of his HP, and then it doesn't really feel worth using your BKBs at that point. And so here we are as we come to crack 1 hour mark game time.
yeah.
And there's only 2 minutes left on the Aegis. Oh no, I can't handle this. I can't handle another Roshan fight.
The tension is palpable, absolutely. It's worth noting as well that, you know, as this game goes on longer and longer, I feel like they're in a decent spot to continue to take these fights on the side of Mineski. I don't think that they feel the need to rush through this, and this is a huge game for them right now. If they end up winning this one, they move right on over into the semifinals for themselves. You know, you've got Doom, who's getting closer and closer to finishing off the Ags, but wants to make sure that he also has his buyback up and available. everything's a little bit, tenuous for the moment.
Look at Jules.
Yeah, I'm watching him. I feel like something bad is going to happen to him. He realizes there are people here. If they Thunder God's Wrath right now, he's super dead. But no, he's going to be down here in the bottom lane trying to push this in. It's worth knowing the rest of his team up in the top lane. Maybe baiting out with Raging Potato. I feel like maybe Jules is just going to be here to push in the bottom lane so they can maybe get a set of racks while stuff is going up top. Again, that area of effect, it's actually 600 diameter on the Finger of Death from the Lion, which is pretty freaking significant. It's just ever so slightly smaller than Black Hole. Black Hole is 840 diameter, I want to say.
I'll trust you on that.
Yeah. It's terrifying, the amount of DPS that you can do in a very small area. It's not something you want to mess around with.
How did he just go from refilling drum charges to an Aghanim Scepter? I mean, I know he had the point booster, but Vash. The big part's going to be the duration of the Doom.
Yeah.
Meaning that Sven can't get doomed and just hang around chasing after you until it pops off and, go for the whole thing.
Well, also the
Jesse
cleave
Vash
is
living.
pretty relevant, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, that is another big...
Yeah. All right. Well, they're taking out all of these creeps here. They're going to start to push in again. The big thing that I think it's so worrisome again is the way that these fights sprawl. At any given point in time, if Mineski do end up losing one, there's the chance that they try and buy back for that one, they take a bad fight, and then all of a sudden you get into a situation where Arcanys are in a little bit of a lead, and they push so quickly with the Sven, with that AC up, all of the damage that he deals, you can't really rest on it. So I feel like it's getting close to almost rapier time for Sven here, as he's got already the Demon Edge and is trying to save up some more money. Do you think that it's more worth it to go that one or going for the Daedalus instead?
I guess there's no real risk of evasion for MKB or anything, so get the damage. Go for the Daedalus, the one-shot game winner.
Yeah,
I like that.
Play. I feel like it's definitely one of those all or nothing type of moments. The pings come out along the bottom lane. They're keeping eyes on pretty much everybody. And again, Nature's Prophet with 7,900 net worth on him right now. His GPM is just going to be off the charts. He's gotten so much freaking gold. And again, you've just got all the pressure. It's being pushed out by Arcanys. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Sand King go for an Aghanim Scepter himself. The long-range Burrow Strike is just so good for, being able to keep creep waves pushed and keep yourselves alive. Top lane, maybe in a little bit of trouble. Cuckoo jumps now onto the Bat Rider. Everything going to be committed for this one. They do have the Finger of Death. That's going to be a kill. And now chasing again. Sven is going to try and kill them off. Can they find this one? It looks like he's going to be able to escape. So one down right now for Arcanys. They got to be careful. This is where things get very, very testy. Sand King? Oh. All right.
We're good. We're good.
Oh my goodness. Mental fortitude. You need it right now. This is where it starts to get really scary.
Raging Potato, he's in there. Fresh new MKB. Wants to make something happen.
Absolutely. Well, we're looking up in the top lane. Jules again has got 2,300 gold on him after picking up the Aghanim Scepter. Nice TP away by Nature's Prophet. Make sure that he doesn't end up going down, and you see the Boots of Travel now up for the Lion as well. So maximum mobility, it's the name of the game. It's what they need to do. You've got Moonshard up on the OD. He's got the Sheep Stick as well, and the Lincoln Sphere.
He's terrifying, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, now I remember what I was going to point. Alright, I just want to say, Jules has still been buying the wards.
Yeah.
Raging Potato, please, come on. If you guys are in these games, and you have 8,000 gold, with 3,000 over... Look, he just bought another ward on the line. Imagine what your line could have.
Yeah.
He's so poor. He doesn't even have buyback. Potato. He should have those wards queued up, buying those things to take him to task. It's like the Naga Sirens in my game, man. They have literally 10,000 gold, and I'm struggling to buy wards and sentries.
Sounds very personally. I'm sorry, man. I know the pain though. I'm a support player myself, so you can definitely struggle. Raging Potato, he's not one that buys wards himself. Leaves that for other people. Slardar with the value salve as well. At the 65-minute mark.
Oh, he's going in though.
He's
They're
thinking
doing
about
it.
something.
They got the Roche.
It's time to do it. It's time to make it happen. And this one doesn't look like there's going to be a fight. It's just going to be an easy peasy take and maybe looking for pressuring the tower afterwards. They're going to be able to make this one work. As far as buyback status, it's fairly equitable. The main heroes that don't have it right now are going to be this Doom as well as the Batrider, Lion, and the Disruptor. Everybody else has it available. And this is where things start to get very, very testy. 42 to 39, we're 66 minutes in. It feels like at any given point in time, the next team to win a team fight convincingly is going to be able to do it. Raging Potato! What is going on? Oh, Raging Potato.
What just happened?
He TP'd into the
Zeus
base.
and a Batrider.
Oh, Raging Potato. Oh. All right, well, this could be the moment, right? Honestly, they need to be so careful. BKB just got popped for the Slardar. What is happening right now? He doesn't have BKB for another 50 seconds. Okay, we've got buyback on the Nature's Prophet, so they're in a decent position. They're going for a smoke play now. They're going to be looking for any possible pickoff at all. This is also going to be a DD rune up in the top lane. Sven is going to pick this up, and he's going to do a billion damage.
Double damage.
This is probably, if there's a point for Arcanys to get back into this game, it's right now. They're pinging out mid lane. They want to try and take a fight, if at all possible. The person most far forward is going to be the OD. They're going to be able to go for the self-astral for the moment. That's a good decision. That is a really good decision. Again, DD is up on the Sven, and he's ready to party. At least for the moment, they're going to end up backing out. So not wanting to go as of yet. And I think that this is a good decision, probably on everybody's part. My goodness.
This is one of those times where it's pretty handy to have a bottle, honestly. Pass it over to your Sven, he bottles up the DD rune, pops it, drops it, gets the main item back, and then it gives you a nice 2-minute window to be able to use that, because you gotta know, like, Mineski is probably going to be coming, maybe not within a lot for, like, Svens and Clinks and Tiny. Any of those heroes that can really benefit from that late game DD rune. Oh, I like that. Shadowblade. Anything else to help out with his movement, initiation, a little bit of damage?
Absolutely. I think that that's one of those items that late game, I mean, one stun, it wins the game. Like, if you're able to find that one moment where you can go forward and catch somebody out of position, even if you're walking under a place where it should be warded, like, this is going to be the point where you can just take it. It's worth noting now, so honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing like the Batrider go back for it, but he actually is going to try and finish off a BKB himself. That could probably be a pretty big turning point as well. There's been a couple of times where it's felt like maybe he's gotten caught out because he didn't have that BKB. But regardless, 3 heroes smoked up. Looking down the jungle, seeing if they can find somebody. They also have wards that are up on these little tinker spots as well to keep eyes on everything. And for the moment, at least, they're fine. Dagon picked up for the Zeus. He's holding it in his stash. I don't even know what to think. This could be the moment right now, though. You have 3 heroes in the jungle still looking. Raging Potato, he got caught out last time, and the entire side of Arcanys is looking for him.
If he dies again, I just like...
All right,
see him.
Thunder God's Wrath, the jump forward Force Staff, they're going to be able to catch. There's going to be the Flaming Lasso. A couple of right clicks as well as the God Strength is going to be popped, and Raging Potato goes down. They're going to pressure along this top lane now, and I honestly don't know if they're going to be able to be there in time because you got the creep waves that's being pressured in on the bottom lane. Oh man, this is a problem. You have over here to the side, you know, the Sand King comes forward, tries to clear up bottom lane. If they wanted to go for it, they could end up trying to, but I think that they're probably going to, on the side of Arcanys, back out. And yeah, they TP back home, don't want to overextend. This is their tournament life on the line. Again, this is the ESL One. It's the qualifiers here in the Philippines, not here in the Philippines, I'm in Oregon, but it's this team that, you know, they made it through the open qualifiers by going to their local, you know, LAN cafes where these events were held. They ended up being able to beat out everybody else all across their country and have a chance to, you know, play on the big stage against the other big guys in the tournaments. Like, there's no way they're going to end up giving up now.
Yeah. These kills on Raging Potato, unfortunately, they don't matter unless you can force the buyback. Like, realistically, it's not getting any bigger. You're not exactly hurting his net worth. The only thing it does is help push out your lanes of ways, but you have to actually get active, or the second back online, it's just still this massive creep killing machine all around your map.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and you're seeing right now the pressure along the top lane here. Playhard is in the area. He throws on. He's got to be careful. This might be an overextension. He blinks up to the high ground. They ping out that he's in the area, and he does end up escaping for the moment. But Aegis now down 4.5 minutes roughly until the next one's going to be back up.
Goodie.
Again, Arcanys, the question that I have about this is, do they end up being able to take any objectives? Like, the only thing that's left across the map right now is Tier 3 towers and Roshan. And I feel like Boots of Travel level 2 are so necessary on everybody. And the team that ends up getting them first is probably going to win whatever engagement gets taken.
Well, I mean, especially on like your OD, who was like 8k gold. That's such a good item for him to just hop right on top of the Bat Rider.
Yeah.
Like, I fully agree. You hit the consumed moon shard. It's gonna go for the refresher instead, which I can also go with that.
Yeah, double BKB. That is that's really, really good. Essentially, you end up being able to get that 10-second one back. He's actually still at 6 seconds on his own BKB, so 11-second BKB ostensibly with also the double Sanity's Eclipse. You can see right now that you're still having the side of Arcanys utilize that mobility. You've got the Bat Rider as well as the Sand King up in the top lane and all the rest of them along the bottom, just trying to make sure that everything is all pushed out. The Thunder God's Wrath, that means that up top they're safe to push it in, and they're going to keep on trying to pull them back and forth across the map. Again, it's so scary for anybody to get caught out at this stage. What's the ward situation like? I really haven't seen a ton of them. They've been using all of them, but with the gems on, I guess that it's just, been dewarded over and over again.
Yeah, the vision, not exactly deal here. It's pretty hard to get them really, and pretty hard to get them really deep. The Zeus, you can just check everything out, and of course Bat Rider just zipping out here. It looks like he doesn't currently have a gem on him. I'm not sure where he's that off, but of course spending quite a bit of time roaming around with it. But I honestly like those bots too. Like every time Bat Rider wants to go for a gank, if like TP onto whoever's getting ganked on, so like Bat Rider jumps once again onto, let's say it's Raging Potato, like it takes him a while to bring him down. Hop on top, get on in there, save him,
Yeah.
I can see lots of sick plays come out there, so we can look forward to that in the next 10 minutes and 15 minutes as we start to farm those up on everybody.
Absolutely. No, I think
does anyone have an eggs that's not done? Come get the Bat Rider. Look, he's working towards it's a BK. Is it on the courier? It is.
I think the thing to remember here is that Arcanys saw ahead. They knew what the problem was going to be, and they banned out the Alchemist because they knew that it was going to come down to the 6th, 7th item slot, and they didn't want to let Mineski take that advantage. So he's able to farm up items. It's worth noting right now, Disruptor still has brown boots. That is some real poverty right there. He's going to be able to pick it up in just a couple of minutes, but he has been struggling. Doom also has Tranquils.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. You click these wards. Whose name's on the wards, huh? Yeah, it's Mackenzie. That's the issue.
Yeah. I know, his teammates aren't letting him get it, but maybe pretty soon. I mean, it's worth noting, if you get one more item on these cores to put them just a little bit over the top in terms of whatever it ends up being, that's going to change the whole course of the game. And this really does, at least in my estimation, when I'm looking at this type of game, you're at 72 minutes right now. There's no clear winner. The next person that wins a convincing team fight is probably going to be able to just take the game, storm down mid lane, take the opponent's racks, takes the opponent's tier 4 towers, and it's over. And so because of that, there's no way at all that you're going to end up, putting yourself in a position where you might have to let that up, and nobody's going to want to take a bad team fight. It turns into sort of this strange variation of chess that is played live and consistently. So these types of games really, at least for me, define a whole different type of Dota 2 that we don't often get to see.
All right, we're in.
We're good to go. Cuckoo now does cut forward again, going to push out these creep waves. Want to make sure that everybody's playing at their maximum capacity. No need for lag. Just keep it cool, calm, and collected. Again, Raging Potato building towards a Lincoln sphere of his own, so a little bit afraid about the possibility of getting caught out by that Bat Rider. I feel like if he doesn't TP into the enemy base, he's probably less likely to get caught by the Bat Rider also. But it's maybe just an opinion. Also, Lion with the ultimate orb. Is he going back for a a sheep stick?
I kind of like Lincoln.
Okay.
Like, King popping on top of someone. Pretty good, but the scythe would be rather hilarious, let's be honest.
Yeah. That would be a lot of
stack
disable.
Lincolns on everybody. The OG, the Nature's Prophet, is now purchased one. Where's he even gonna hold that thing? He just bought that MKB.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know. Shout out to some. I don't know what is going on anymore. They're not even playing Dota anymore. They're just having a conversation and sort of casually walking around the map. It's all one big joke, Mop Packs, I swear.
Like, why do you have a MKB in the stash when you could have a refresher in the stash? The real question.
Yeah, or an Ags. That's the other option. A lot of these things.
Oh my, look, he's applying the fucking I'm not so done with this shit. This is so ridiculous. Like, look where we're at.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a bit of a different type of thing. I haven't seen this before, but it's one of those things that every little bit counts. You get the extra ability to right-click that much more effectively. We actually haven't seen a ton of evasion coming out from the side of Arcanys. I mean, in terms of the item builds, what is it that they've really got at this stage? A Dagon level 5 on the Zeus. He's in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the zap power. He still has that.
Top lane,
is
everybody's
someone
TPing
going
in.
to die?
They're going to be able to go for this one. A lot of damage coming out. Everybody's there. They're going to be able to jump back, still posturing for a little bit of catch. They go forward. They're able to catch. Oh, God, Jules. They end up being able to get the sheep stick off. This Astral keeping him alive for the moment.
Oh, they missed.
They're still going. A little bit odd there. Oh, God, he's alive on nothing. 40 HP. They're going to chase now. That's actually going to be a kill. They end up being able to bring down the Sven. Now the Finger of Death does come out. They get the Dagon level 5 that finishes off the Lion, but that's the Sven for the Lion. And now they might end up losing the Zeus, too. 2 are dead. Oh, God, they're dead for 111 seconds. They do both have buyback again, so if they have to force a buyback right here. Like, this just has to happen. There's no other way. It does look like TPs are coming on in. Lion buys back into the game. He's going to TP in, and they want to try to take this right now. It's worth noting, Roshan is going to be back up in just right now. Roshan is back up, basically. But they're not going for it. They're going to be going for the tier 3s. And Lion bought back first. Still 60 more seconds. They're pressuring out this lane. Over to the side here is the Sand King. They're going to wait until the very last second. But the Treants are starting to do a lot of damage. There's the jump forward, Static Storm. It doesn't actually connect, though. They end up being able to get the Astral off. Still alive for the moment. Over to the side, Cuckoo is going to be caught up as well. They're chasing again. Stormhammer is going to go out. Catches onto 2. Going to be able to do a ton of damage. Doom is dead. Now turning on to Raging Potato. He's going to end up going down as well. I think that they're going to be able to finish him. Look at the damage come out from this Sven. It's too freaking much. 3 are dead on the side of Mineski. They overextended. The buyback did come out from the Sven as well as the Zeus. If they can kill off these 2 heroes, the game is almost going to be over, I feel like. A 5,000 gold swing. Arcanys are maybe going to be able to do this. Or is this actually going to happen? I don't even know. Mineski is ahead by 14,000 net worth right now, and it looks like they're going to go and try and take down Roshan.
I mean, at this point, it basically means nothing just because, like, the damage scales that we're talking about just between the Sven and the fact that he can really just 3-shot anybody. Fuck how long he's been holding the Sprout. That hadn't happened. It's been a lot worse there for the side of Mineski. Nailed the Quentin on top of the OD.
Yeah.
In terms of the buybacks, they do have, of course, all 3 of the dead heroes on Mineski. The only one there for them was Lion. And so it's unlikely. I think that they get high ground before they back up. They still have the glyph available. Shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Yeah, they're in a pretty good spot right now. You're seeing all of Mineski are just playing so safe right now. They're still pushing in this bottom or the top lane. It's at about
okay. What the? I just don't even know. You just died to Roche. How do you die to Roche?
What? I was looking away. Did that?
He had 312 HP and he's attacking Roshan and did the stomp when someone flew in and he just died.
He doesn't have buyback.
No, he doesn't. They know that. He just bought back.
What the fuck is just written across the top? Everybody on the side of Arcanys is losing it. Did that really just happen? I'm losing my mind. Oh, how
It's
does
the
that
only
happen?
fitting way for this game to end. Can we be honest?
Raging Potatoes is gonna walk down the top lane. I can't believe that. Bombadix is over to the side here, and maybe they're gonna be able to make something happen. All right, you guys, it's the ultimate bait. They're gonna wait for them to get overextending and gonna try and kill them off. They do jump forward, taking a ton of damage on the Raging Potato. BKB not popped. Sand King is off to the side. 50 more seconds without a Sven. Okay, over to the side here. Cuckoo is still in the area. They can jump forward onto the Sand King. He needs to be so careful right now. Any wrong move, and they basically lost the game. They need to hold out another 40 seconds. They have a catch now. Burrows strike, the blink back, still fine for the moment. Double Shiva's guard initiated. They end up being able to bring on back the Doom. Force Staff keeping him alive for the moment. Still chasing here. OD is going to be able to do a ton of damage. Refresher's been popped one time. Raging Potato in the midst of everybody. There's one Sanity's Eclipse. Everybody is still alive except for the Disruptor. He's gone down. Sven back up in 20 seconds. The tower's starting to go down. They're still alive for the moment though. End up being able to catch the epicenter. A lot of damage out. They're going to be able to Astral, keeping their buddies alive. Nice dodge to the Earth Spike. Still nothing has come out. Lincoln Sphere keeps alive that Sand King so freaking low though, and Nature's Prophet does end up going down. Now Bambo turn it back around. Cuckoo dropping fairly low. Can they finish him off? He's still alive. The cheese ends up being eaten, and he's going to be able to stay alive there. Nicely played. Earth Spike goes through. Sven's back up. Starting to do the right click damage. Doom off on his Sven, but I don't know if he cares. He's going to end up turning over. Raging Potatoes dropping fairly low. Can they kill him off? It does look like he's going to end up going down. Sven is dead a second time, a third time really, and now the barracks are starting to fall. They shouldn't even do this. This is going to be time to start taking down tier 4 towers. Everybody is down. Only people left alive is going to be the Sand King. He buys a Dagon level 5, trying to kill off anybody at all possible. He throws it onto the OD, but he's going to end up going down as well. That's going to be another one dead. Buyback immediately by the Sand King, trying to take down the tier 3 towers as quickly as possible. The right clicks are there. They're going to catch. There's going to be the Flaming Lasso reinitiation. Astral Imprisonment keeping him alive for the moment, and it looks like that's going to be enough possibly to do this. Lincoln Sphere's been popped a third time for the Sand King. The second lane of Rax goes down. Cuckoo is still here. He went for the smoke play to try and get a little bit of a better initiation. They dodge each other. That's going to be the Burrow Strike onto Cuckoo. They kill him off. Another buyback by the Slardar. It does look like OD's going to be back into this, but they can't do enough damage to keep them out of it. They just don't have enough without the Sven. They've lost another one. I think that this is going to be Mineski finally taking the game 80 minutes into it. Blood, sweat, and tears, everything in between, and Doom just walks away. I think that he is going to go down, but regardless, with every buyback expended, I think that they are maybe going to be able to make this work. It does look like Boombacus is trying to run away. Shiva's guard's going to be down though, and my goodness gracious. Everybody's buying back. I don't even know what's going on anymore, Modpacks. I can't do this. It's too much. Raging Potato runs forward. He kills them off. Crits abound. That's going to be the Batrider going down. The third Flaming Lasso. This fight keeps on going. He buys back again. Sven is back up and going to start to do some more damage. They go after Thunder God's Wrath. He's going to catch, start to do the crits. The cleave is there as well. Can they finish off the OD? He needs to go for the Self-Astral. Doom is back up again. Can they finish this off? He's going to end up going down. I think that they might be able to kill the OD up on the high ground. Cuckoo trying to find them. They get the sheep stick to turn back around. He's going down. The Finger of Death committed, and that's Sven again, dead for 98 seconds. He's died 4 times in the last 5 minutes. And finally, the Ancient is starting to fall. I think that they might have done it. Doom over on the high ground. They're just going to right-click down the Ancient, and GG ends up getting called in perhaps the most ridiculous game of 6.86. Oh, Modpacks, what the hell?
Don't look at me.
Oh, guys, Sven didn't have lifesteal. All right, well, that's gonna do it for the quarterfinals of the ESL One Philippines. My voice is dead. My body is broken. Dota 2 does not make sense anymore.